aka Indigo Sky, aka y'all already know what it is. Trigger ranking. The Trigger Man is back. Basically, y'all know the rules. Like, subscribe, share. Definitely hit the notification bell whenever I got new stuff dropping. Y'all go check out some of my shorts too. Y'all want to support the channel. Everything is at the top in the description of my YouTube page. So with that being said, let's get this show on the road, man.
You were watching a master at work.
All right, first we're going to hip hop booty, y'all. Last night, man, I had some real horrible stuff going on with the lives. I think it was because of the weather. You know, it was it was hella cold, man. So I think that's why everything was like skipping and everything last night. My apologies. Um, but like I said, we about to start with hip hop Buddha. So and this might be one that I tried to do last night but couldn't get it out. So I'm definitely gonna do it again. This is about David and his managers and about the whole situation with the Celeste young lady that was unalived and the mystery behind this. But this part right here is about David's managers. So y'all, with that being said, y'all check out Hip Hop Buddha's channel. We about to react to the reaction. We about to get nuclear. We about to react.
Back with another one, y'all, man. Buddha Gang in the building, man. Y'all already know how we coming. D4 VD, aka David, his managers, they messed up. He's still in hot water. You know what I'm saying? They got people on the run. They don't want to testify, say what happened to Celeste. You know what I'm saying? But you know it's only a matter of time. So let's see what's going on.
What's poppin', y'all? I haven't talked about the situation for quite a while because I feel like there haven't been any real developments, and that's really it. I haven't had much to say except for one of my theories. But recently, we finally getting closer to an arrest happening in the David situation, which is the murder of the girl Celeste Rivas, and the covering up of the body. But this has to do with an individual that isn't David potentially getting arrested. So recently, it was reported by TMZ and Harvey Levin when they were saying that an uncooperative witness is to be arrested. And this is the grand jury right now. They're saying there's trouble in the grand jury room where witnesses are testifying about the circumstances surrounding Celeste Rivas' death because at least one witness is so uncooperative, she is about to be arrested. TMZ has learned. So it's a girl, not a guy. Here's the way it went down. Beth Silverman, the deputy.
So if they ain't arrested her yet, she probably got up out of here because TMZ done told her she was about to get arrested.
Summit Series was never just built for the mountains.
He done told her she was about to get arrested. Crazy, but we'll see.
DA presenting the case in Los Angeles came out into the hallway Wednesday afternoon and approached attorney Evan Jennings. She represents Robert Morgenroth, who manages singer David. Now, this I want to get into a little bit more. So there's Robert Morgenroth, who is somebody that works at Mogul Vision. So Mogul Vision, this is going to get a little bit confusing, but we're going to cover that once we get specifically.
This dude looks like a weirdo. This dude look like a weirdo.
The situation, but Mogul Vision works with David, and it continues and says Silverman told Janice that she was going to have the judge issue a body attachment to force a female witness to testify before the grand jury. It appears the female witness was a no-show, and visibly frustrated, Silverman said she would have authority take the female witness into custody and bring her into the courtroom. So Evan Jennings' DA, she's going to be the one that's prosecuting the case, which is like, hey, this is the case that we have. This is what we're building. These are the witnesses. This is a potential defendant, etc. We do not know who the female witness is, but it's interesting. She's represented by the same lawyer as Morgenroth, who spent around 3 days testifying before the grand jury. TMZ broke the story. Morgenroth was in the hallway on Monday.
I heard he was freaking out in the hallway. Yeah, I heard he was freaking out real bad in the hallway. But he should be freaking out because the weird activity that you let this young man do in your presence is deplorable, and it's very low vibrational. Just being what's up? What's up, Sugar 2K? What's up?
Day telling his lawyer things got tense in the grand jury room when the deputy DA pressed him on why he
Where you tapping in from? Hit like button too.
didn't call police, which means that there would be something to call police about. He didn't say what he knew that would make Silverman challenge him on not making the call, but he said he responded to her by saying he didn't think it was his duty and he was trying to keep David's tour going. This is actually one of the craziest things.
So this motherfucker said he knew David was fucking with a little girl, and basically this motherfucker said, I know what you're doing, but in order for us to keep getting this money, we gonna stay on tour, bro. You're a sick individual, bro. You're sick, man. Come on, dog. Like,
Come on now, dog.
for real, bro.
Come on, man.
That's sad, bro. Like, that's sad, bro. For real, my nigga.
It's unclear if the female witness has some connect.
He looked like he was up to no good. You know what?
Yeah, he looked shifty.
What we waiting on, man? Oh, well,
This nigga had
I ain't think I
this
knew-
motherfucker had beady eyes, and he was looking shifty. Talking about he's some damn manager. What the fuck? You can't even manage your thoughts, right, nigga? The fuck you gonna manage somebody else?
Tell the police because I wanted to keep the tour going. I wanted to make sure the tour kept going. Well, guess what? Because y'all did that to that girl, we want to make sure you go to jail. Lock that man up too.
Lock his
Connections
ass
to
up.
Morgan Roth, but it all points to David, whom the DA and LAPD are treating as a suspect in what they say is the murder of Celeste. So initially, they weren't really looking into him, and then a couple of weeks ago, they said, okay, this guy's actually a suspect. And I mean, what am I going to do? Make a video talking about the guy's a suspect? That takes 15 seconds. So I was like, okay, we'll just see what happens. But this is really interesting. So we're going to go back to his managers, because his situation is, I wouldn't say it's out of the norm, but it is out of the norm for somebody as big as him. So the general manager of Mogul Vision, David's record label, who appeared before
This big old ass contenders, man. Hey, bro, don't do that, bro. Don't. You see that little girl, man? Don't do that, bro. Like, y'all niggas tripping out here, bro. Lock his ass up, my nigga.
In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the police who investigate crime and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders. These are their stories.
grand jury regarding the death of Celeste was way more than a record exec. He was involved in David's day-to-day life. So Mogul Vision is a company that was started by this guy, Josh Marshall, off the back of Lil Mosey, to be fair.
This shit crazy because it's like all these people they're talking about, bro. Like I keep saying, I never heard of these people before this whole Celeste case. I never heard of none of these people. David, Mosey, I don't know who these folks is. Like, bro, where did they come from? Where did y'all get these motherfuckers?
Mosey, I think he was managed or signed initially some sort of production deal, some situation with this guy, Josh Marshall. Lil Mosey was a huge success, right? Like Mosey had multiple hits and
a huge success, and I ain't never heard the man name since today. Come on, dog. Come on.
Lil Mosey, never heard of him.
What if your dream was to build the fastest car ever? But then when you got older, what if you realized the world needed something more adventurous?
We got a clown.
So what if you built something?
We got a clown in here, y'all.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Alright, we're gonna get you up out here, bro. Since you talking about, you like talking about.
And super friendly.
I don't know why these funny
What
ass.
if they like
You
it?
wanna be a
And these
joke,
guys like it?
jokey joke. I got a joke
Let's
for
make it
your
really
ass,
fast.
bitch.
What if this whole wild adventure was
Yeah,
already
I got a
happening?
joke for your
And this was
ass,
just the
bitch.
start.
Stop playing with me.
he had multiple hits and
Lil Mosey, never heard of him. Never heard of him. Don't know none of his songs. Never
Stop playing with me before I turn you into a song, boy.
heard none of his music. He ain't that big.
Barry Fago was going crazy. Around this time, this guy from Mogul Vision, Josh Marshall, got an opportunity to start a record label in partnership with Interscope Geffen. And this is the deal with Interscope. So Interscope, most of the time, and this is around 2022, I think, or 2023. And Mogul Vision also had Ruby Rose and this other girl called Gigi Perez. So to be on Interscope, you have to have like a partnership deal. Like for example, you have Aftermath Interscope. You have Darkroom, which we're going to get into in a little bit.
Darkroom. Never heard of Darkroom.
Darkroom Interscope. So Interscope, it's very rare, or if ever, that you'll see Interscope Geffen with just the artist. It's usually a record label that is in a joint venture.
It's like almost like 300 and Atlantic and all that. And then, P Soul, QC to Scooter Braun.
Partnership with Interscope, and then they have the artist signed under there. So David is one of these people that is on Mogul Vision, but the odd part is that would mean that he is managed by his own record label, which is a massive conflict of interest. So this guy Morgan Roth, he's just a manager that works at the label.
He looks suspicious. Look at him.
But this lady right here, though, who the fuck is this lady? Jennings. Ivana Jennings.
He look like he done did something, man. Drop a Buddha bun if you think we done solved the case already. Like, he looked like he did something wrong. Look at him. Morgan Roth. Like, come on, bro. He did it. Lock him up.
Not just, but this is a small label. But the odd thing is that when you look at David's music, all of David's music, it's by Darkroom. So Darkroom is run by Justin Lubliner, he's the founder of it, and he's the guy that discovered Billie Eilish. So Billie Eilish's record label is Darkroom. It's also Dark.
That's the only name I heard in this whole mix-up when they were talking about Aftermath and this right here. Billie, I know Billie Eilish. I don't know none of her songs, but I heard it. I heard it over a million times.
Hell, From Petals to Thorns, which is when in 2023, that was Darkroom Interscope, and it was also Withered, the project that released this year. That was also Darkroom Interscope. So his whole catalog doesn't have Mogul Vision on it at all. In contrast to a Lil Mosey, for instance, where if you look at his project from Certified Hitmaker, right? You can see on the bottom of that, it says Mogul Vision Interscope Records. So I don't know what's up with that, but this guy was managing David. So I thought Mogul Vision was just David's management, and they also operate as a management company in the same way that Quality Control, they had a management division and they had a record label division. So Cardi B, who was with Offset was signed to QC, the label, but he was also managed by QC, and that was an issue that the Migos had for a while. And they were talking about how they wanted out of that deal because they were in a lifetime deal with QC that they would never be able to get out of, and Offset was able to get out of that situation and do his own solo stuff. But Offset brought...
He had to pay a lot of money to get out that shit, though. He had to pay some millions to get up out that contract.
Cardi B on to QC management. So QC was just managing her career. However, she was still signed to Atlantic Records. She was never signed to QC
So she was signed to Atlantic. And managed by QC.
So I'm guessing that distinction exists also in Mogul Vision, because otherwise they would be surfacing on the bottom of the records that are dropped on Apple Music or Spotify. Regardless, this guy was handling the tour, and he says Robert Morgenroth is someone the grand jury prosecutor is intensely interested in as we report. We overheard him say in the courtroom hallway that the prosecutor hammered him on why he didn't call police. We don't know the context. And he's more than a general manager. He was also David's day-to-day manager. Turns out there were two managers. The other is Josh Marshall. He's the founder of Mogul Vision. Morgan Roth managed the singer's career. So I think this is a management situation. This is an important distinction that I don't think TMZ is going to make because I don't think it matters to the majority of people that are following the story because they just care about the case. But we're kind of like intertwined with the music. So I'm really interested to see how the business of this is handled. You may remember Marshall. He's the one who signed the lease on the house David was living in. The home police searched shortly after Celeste's body was discovered in David's Tesla. Law enforcement says the house is an important piece of the puzzle, which the LAPD believes implicates David in Celeste's death, which police believe is a murder. So here, this is nothing out of the ordinary. Managers are the parents of artists. They handle everything. They will be booking his flight tickets. They will be handling the lease of the house for the most part. They will be booking the Airbnbs. Most of them end up getting their Airbnb banned because the artist is doing some goofy stuff on there. So the manager handles, that's the point. The manager is supposed to.
This ain't even. This is the worst. This is the worst of the worst right here, bro. This is crazy. This is the worst.
Make the artist's life as smooth as possible for them to do what they do best, which is perform, make music, and apparently whatever else this guy was doing. Morgan Roth is president of Zara Brothers Travel, David's tour company. Yo, this is an incestuous thing that they've got going on here. So David's touring company is run by the same people that manage David, who also might be the same people that signed David.
They stealing all his money. I ain't gonna lie. They taking off.
See, if he was independent, he probably would have got tons more money. Like when you don't sign to nobody, and you handling everything yourself, managing yourself, your own publicist, all that shit. You got to pay for all that shit.
This money, that ain't getting money all around the board. We the manager, we tour managers, we rent out the houses. They making sure they getting all his money.
This guy's in a 900 deal. It's what the heck?
Not a
This
300.
is insane. What the hell? Oh my goodness. They've got this guy 3 ways. Because usually the touring company will be different. Like people will tour with Live Nation, but they're not also signed to Live Nation. Anyway, TMZ broke the story. Morgan Roth walked out of the grand jury courtroom and then there was talk. And this is the craziest line that I don't think anybody else is mentioning. He says, I said I feel like I didn't have the responsibility to do that and just wanted to continue with the tour. He just wanted to. He didn't want.
So the person you're managing is doing something so heinous that they take somebody off the planet, and you felt like you just wanted to keep going on with the show.
I'm gonna call police out.
Help me make this shit make sense, man.
I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I believe that this is, what I believe. And this lends itself to my theory. So if you guys recall, when the news first came out that there was a dead body found in a Tesla that belonged to David, none of us knew who that body was. The
Shit, well, no one else knew who he was either, shit.
body was unidentified. David had a tour stop that day, and then he went on another tour stop the next day or 2 days after. But there was another tour stop that he did before canceling the tour. So what always perplexed me was if David knew, because he canceled the tour after like 1 or 2 days, once they found out the identity. Yeah, once they announced the identity of Celeste, that's when the tour was canceled. But if you're David and you committed this, let's say he actually did commit it, you know that
Man,
you
as
committed.
soon as, I mean, ain't nothing like this gonna happen with me. But I'm just saying, if I had a car and it's a dead body in it, bro, I'm like, I'm sure they're gonna take me to jail, bro. I'm sure.
The crime, if you're David. So if there's a body found in a Tesla with your name, you're thinking to yourself, oh, damn, they got me. Like, the tour's got to stop. That's what you're thinking. And that's where I think Morgan Roth was like, yo, you got to keep this show going. I don't care if there's a body found. I think maybe the Morgan Roth dude didn't know that it was Celeste. Because if you're David, you know it's Celeste. And my theory was, before this, was that David, I didn't say David didn't do it, but I was wondering, like, yo, did David really do this? Because if he did it, and then it's reported that there's a body found in his car, you got to cancel tour because you know who the body is. But if you don't know who the body is, you're like, yo, how the hell did a body get into my car? Well, I haven't used my car in a minute. Maybe somebody towed it. Maybe somebody like used it. Like, LA is a crazy place, right? So I think that's what I initially thought why he continued with the tour, because he was like, well, I didn't kill anybody, so that.
Man, he continued with the tour because he felt like the tour was gonna keep him away from what was going on, and he could be not on the run per se, but I'm on tour. But he ain't cooperated with the police. He ain't made no statement. He ain't said nothing. His lawyers probably told him no said nothing. They don't know all the evidence the police got yet. His manager.
I mean, if they doing this as from a detective thing, I could understand why they wouldn't want LAPD or the coroner talking. You know what I'm saying? But
was up with it. This other girl they looking for, she was up with it.
Because the coroner said something about the state of her body. Right after that, the LAPD put out something saying that that's not true.
I say like everybody else. What we waiting on?
But that might be the reason why he ain't locked up too, because they can't find out what happened to her. They just know that she's deceased in the car. That's all we know. But as far as like when they come to investigations, man, sometimes it take time, but I just, just the level of the crime, I just want the man to fucking pay for that shit, bro. For real.
Just like them all up at this point. That's how I feel.
Body ain't got nothing to do with me. We're just gonna keep the shows pushing. And that would make sense. But then when he found out it was Celeste, and keep in mind, this is me still thinking in my head of the situation where he might not have done it, because that would be the only reason to continue the tour. But when he found out it was Celeste, then he canceled the tour because he said, well, Celeste is attached to me. So I think it might have been a mix of maybe like heartbreak, not understanding what the hell happened, because maybe he hadn't been in contact with Celeste for months, and then he finds out that she's the body in his Tesla after there was already crazy news that there was a body in his Tesla. So that was the theory that I...
And the man is still fucking free. Like, what?
But right now with this, I think it's this guy didn't call the cops because when he found out that there was a body in the trunk of the Tesla. I think that's what they're talking about, because they continued the tour for one more date after that. It was maximum 2 dates before they...
And he fucked his bag up.
Canceled.
Well, you going to jail, you look like a creep, you're losing your career, and you fucked the bag up.
The tour. And to say that you just wanted to continue the tour, which is, this is one of the most evil quotes ever. You're supposedly, right, your signee, the guy that you're managing, the guy that you got on a 900 deal, like this is a friggin' Tony Hawk breaking the world record at the time, like engineering new tricks, or was it there's a 900 and then there's a 1080. Yeah, this guy's on a 1080 deal. 900 is just if you add 180 to 720. So they've got this guy on a 1080 deal, and you're already eating off of him from every single direction. Pause. And you think, yo, we gotta keep the show going. We gotta get this bread. Dog, what? If there's a car, you gotta have that conversation with them and get this out the way. Do I think that these guys...
Yeah, he should if he didn't do this, he should have met this head on, bro. Like, fuck the tour. Okay, you fucked the bag up, but at least you could try to jump in front of it before this shit. Because now ain't nothing but a lot of speculation, and the whole world done heard about this case. So it's going to be hard to find somebody that don't already have an opinion on this case.
Josh Marshall or Morgan Roth were involved? I don't think so, dog. No way. I think they knew what was going on. And this is the thing with artists and their management.
I think one of them was probably the driver of the Tesla. Because... why we don't know who was driving the Tesla yet? What happened to that? Well, we don't know who was on the GTA time.
You need business tech that's flexible, efficient, and delicious. That's why you need Easy Cater. Stack. A mission critical.
What happened to that? Well, we don't know who was on the GTA time. You feel me? We don't know. But you riding around LA with a body in the car. You feel me? So, yeah, one of them could have been the driver.
is doing their job. So their job is to be a parent to a degree, but they have a financial incentive, which is, don't ask, they kind of have a don't ask, don't tell mentality. So if they see that David's with a chick that looks like, oh, well, I don't know how old that chick is, they're not going to say, yo, why are you with the chick that's this old? What are you doing here? This and that. It depends on the relationship that they have with the person. Somebody that's his man's that came up with David, he might be able to say that. But if they're just a professional relationship, David might just be like, yo, get the hell out of here and fire him. So now that guy is losing out on bread. So he's just thinking about it as like serving himself. And some people will say, well, what about the girl? This guy clearly just said he wanted to continue the tour. I don't see why we couldn't continue making bread. You think he cares about some random girl? He cares about himself and lining his pockets. And I'm not saying the guy is evil. I just think that they have this policy where like, yo, we're going to look the other way. Same thing with their artists potentially doing certain substances. They're like, I'm just going to look the other way. And we can also bring this to management.
I mean, that's definitely true. That's definitely true because of it's an interview with Lear Cohen on the Breakfast Club, and they asked him about that. Like, you know, these folks is on these drugs and all that. Why you don't, you know what I'm saying, do something to help them? Or,
I mean, a lot.
and he was like, he was trying to keep the machine going.
The street rappers, they're in the studio. The rapper's got a blick on them that isn't legal. He's a felon. What, they're gonna call the police and be like, hey, my client here, he's got a blick on him. Come on now, that's just not gonna happen. So with management, this is why I say managing is a rough job, a thankless job. God bless anybody that actually does it. Not the situation with David. I'm not talking about his management. I'm talking about managing of regular artists that are doing regular artist things. So I think people want to make this more of a conspiracy that this guy had something to do with it. I just don't think that he's that dumb. Frankly, there's just no way that they're going to like.
I don't know, bro. Like either because it's like looking from what already was said in court, it just looked bad for him because it looked like he knew what was going on.
Tried to hide a body. Maybe they might have moved it. Like David was like, oh yeah, move this car. But if they moved the car, then it wouldn't have been stuck on it wouldn't have gotten towed. So yeah, this whole situation it just gets more and more confusing. I think the only bit of clarity I got is in that David probably wanted to cancel tour the day that he got the news that there was a body in the trunk of his car or in the front of his Tesla. I think David wanted to cancel that day. That's my new theory, but this guy was like, yo, you got to keep the show going, and he's not going to say why. So I think David knew that Celeste was there in that trunk, and he just had to continue with the next 2 dates because
Alright, now I'm saying this, because this is what I think happened. I think they know way more. Well, one of them probably moved that car. But I think whoever moved it, I think that person had a problem with David, and that's why they left it out there. Like they left it out there, or some scared them, or they got nervous. Whatever it was, they had to get up out that car quick. You're not finna just leave a car on the street with a body in there and you know everything that's going on. No, you're not gonna do that. So whatever made them leave that car right there, knowing it was his car or whatever, or maybe he didn't do his part. Maybe he was supposed to report the car stolen and he just didn't do it. Cause
see, the car being stolen still don't got nothing to do with the girl being in there.
Be telling them one thing and somebody else could be telling him another thing. You see what I'm saying? But for some reason, whoever left that car right there, they was either scared or that's what they was instructed to do. I'll get in the comment section, man. Let me know what y'all think. Check out the playlist too. It's your boy Buddha. I'm out.
All right, we're going back to the Buddha joint. Talking about
AI is giving creatives the power to create anything, but with infinite possibilities. What should you focus?
Buddha Gang, we back in the building.
So this one right here, Buddha Gang. I mean Buddha, Hip Hop Buddha. My bad. I'm sorry. Mano threatens Whack 100 for defending. I guess act.
Check out this video about Chicks Move, man. Mano threatening Whack 100, threatening academics. Hey, man, eventually they gonna have to link. It's been too many threats passed back and forth, you know? I wish they could calm it down and just get money together, but in this situation, it don't look like there's gonna be no calming it down. So let's see what's going on.
Oh boy, here we go, you guys. This is not going to end well. Now, a couple days ago, Mano gave kind of a final response to DJ Academics. He told him, yo, why were you talking to this 15-year-old boy? You have to explain it in your next response. If not, I'm done talking to you.
Since you're so smart and everybody else is beneath you, we don't want to hear nothing else about nothing else. Until you explain to us.
Wait a minute. We don't want to hear nothing else about nothing else. What the hell ain't no talking about?
That's crazy.
Hey, this is crazy, man.
In detail. 100%. We need to understand. That's it, man. I ain't got nothing else to say. I ain't got nothing else to say, man. This the
That man took his belt off. This nigga took his belt off, belt the ass.
We don't even have to talk no more about this. Just let it go. Let it go.
If you guys did not watch that video, make sure you guys head over to the Let's Rap About It podcast page to go watch it. Now, seemingly, this was supposed to be the last response, the last engagement, the last back and forth between Academics and Mano. We saw Charleston White try to jump in, try to sneak in to get some clout from this situation between them, which Mano put out a message saying, yo, I'm not engaging with you because you're a troll. Well, today, the Grandmaster of Trolls, WAC 100, has officially jumped in as well. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. I didn't think WAC was going to jump in this early. Him and Mano have had conflict in the past. From what it looked like, both sides didn't fuck with each other.
Man. Somebody gonna get hurt, bro.
But they seem to have a certain level of respect for each other. But you guys know how it goes on these internet streets, especially when it comes to WAC 100 and Charleston White. These guys make money by attaching themselves to any relevant situation going on. That's how they get booked for interviews, podcasts, shows. If they see conflict on social media, best believe these guys are going to find a way to jump on the train. Now, last night, WAC 100 called out DJ Academics while he was on stream. He went on to call Mano a cloud chaser. He also brought up the situation that Mano had while he was in prison. And of course, as you guys know, WAC 100, he has dirt on everybody. According to WAC, Mano was apparently homeless at a certain point in time. Here's what he said.
Mano. We don't know if to believe this or not. So just take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah. They mad at Academics about what he said about another rapper who had nothing to say about it. Yeah. He clout chasing.
No.
Yeah.
I realized, so I stopped responding to him.
Yeah, he had nothing to talk about. So let me say something about that. What the fuck do you give a fuck about what he said about this dude's fucking headband or clothes when he don't give a fuck?
Well, no, actually, Academics was coming on their podcast first.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
if
did.
you say my name first, and then I come back and say your name now, I'm the clout chaser? That ain't how it work, WAC. It don't work that way.
Yeah, you right. That don't work that way, dog. That shit, it don't go like that, bro.
So who's really clout chasing? You see what I'm saying? I don't think Academics was clout chasing, but he said made no name first.
Fuck.
Yeah.
He clout chasing, bro. Mano been over with. His biggest claim to fame, respectfully, forgive me for this, head maker, was slapping Young Bird. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
He slapped Young
That
Bird.
was some bully shit, bro. Now, guess what? When I talked to Boxing Bar, the one that put that 50 cross Mano's face,
What?
I think I got the audio. I got some audio. Boxing Bar put the $150 cross Mano.
So they put a $150 on his ass.
Face.
WAC 100 just said, I think I got the audio. Then WAC 100 said, I got the audio. Give it a couple of weeks from now, WAC gonna be like, I ain't got the audio. You know what I'm saying? I never said that. Whack 100 good for. I never said that. Remember that.
I thought Mano killed it.
No, hell no. Boxer Boss still alive. I talked to him.
Really?
I brought the content back to the hunter side. I can find the recordings for you. It's a fact. And Mano ain't killed shit. Unless something happened to him recently, but I know I definitely talked to him. He was.
I thought I watched an interview where he was talking about it. Was like, yo, who cut me like he dead. I was like, oh shit, that's some funny energy.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Right. I got an interview with telling me how it happened, when it happened. He's the one that put it out there that dude allegedly did some telling at the precinct before they sent him to Rikers Island. That's crazy shit. I don't know, bro, but I do know this. I also had talked to his girl, the one that was involved in that Troy Ave case, who told us Mano was a bum, sleeping on her fucking couch. She had to get away from was laying around, hoping to get some money up out of her, but she disappeared on his ass to Atlanta.
What?
Yeah, on some real shit. You need to go talk to the homie G Magic from 88 Avalon, who Mano start copping pleas and issuing apologies to for that disrespect he brought when he was out there. Yeah, but man, look, bro, Uncle Murder was on the phone, but he ain't gonna say that because that's his man. Uncle Murder was on the phone, K-Slate.
Whack 100 out here trying to involve everybody.
Tap the button below and try it now. Is it illegal to listen to police radio? No, it's not.
This nigga put K-Slay in there. He put a dead man. That nigga put a dead man.
You keep playing with Uncle Murder name, Whack, you gonna end up in the wrap up. Yeah, Uncle Murder gonna put you in the wrap up. Cause you out here saying his name and he was on the phone and you know about the phone calls and you got audio. All right, Whack, we'll see.
He was on the phone. They completely apologized to the homie. Yeah, like, so I don't even know why you told him right. I didn't go over there trying to be a rapper, but you over here in my lane. Over here, he got to bow down to you. This your lane. It's a fact.
Yeah, and like the rules of engagement is different, right? Like, you know, it's much different. But you know, I realized that, you know, he wants some attention, and I thought he was getting a lot of money, like either in rap or in the streets.
No,
but
no, I didn't rap.
Yeah, that's what I realized. So, you know,
no, he don't do none of that.
Well, a couple hours ago, Mano fired back at academics and also Whack 100. Mano told academics, hey boy, didn't I tell you that we don't want to hear shit you gotta say until you thought it was cool to have gay sex talk with a 15-year-old boy. You sitting over there with your hairy titties, listening to this punk ass Whack 100, go ahead and believe his pussy ass if you want. I don't respect that lame on no level. Tell him to eat several cocks and let him know when he really want to do something. Now, Mano wasn't done. Remember I told you guys earlier, this beef is getting a little bit too close to getting physical. Mano posted a screenshot from a couple years ago when Whack 100 was laying butt naked on the bed with his cheeks spread while he was on Clubhouse. Pause, by the way. Mano said this is right after he went to Colombia to get his ass done. BBL Whack. Keep my
Clubhouse with his cheeks spread is crazy. Crazy, bro.
That's crazy.
Shorty was bogus for putting that out. Whack 100 need to sue her or something.
name out your lying ass mouth unless you really ready.
Man, them nigga, damn, I don't believe they gonna do shit, bro.
To do something.
Some
Hey, academics. This who you ran to? Hey, dog, BBL Whack is insane. This is officially getting out of hand, and I think this is going to end up getting pretty bad. We know this is not going to do anything but fire up Whack 100. He loves to play these kind of street games. This is Whack's arena. This is where he thrives. The man is like Michael Jordan of street games on the internet. He's now going to go on a full campaign against Mano. He's going to pull up old files. He's going to interview anybody that's ever gone against me.
All right, y'all, we're going to go to the Say Cheese interview.
Swim.